Okay, we're back. I had to go clean up my tools. You do one job, clean everything up, get ready for the next job. Okay, I want to get the pinion bearing figured out here, check it. Clean rag. So we have our bearings over here that have partially fallen out. Been jamming around on the bench a little bit. One fell out, ain't too bad really, because these things are pretty tight. Okay, I'm going to put a little oil on our bearing surface here. Tricky part. Dropping down without losing them. Okay, this washer looks like the wrong one. This looks like the one that goes in the case. It is. There's the one that goes in the main bearing. See the thickness change? Same shaft size, but different OD. The thick one goes down here. The other one goes inside the transmission race. Okay, I don't like having anything dry, so we put a little oil right there. Put a washer on there. Got a brand new clip right here. Spiral lock. There it is, figure where the spiral begins at. This works better when you have longer thumbnails, but when you have your tools ready to go, I need my screwdriver. Try not to put a spring into it. Okay, that clipped in there finally. There, there's the end play I wanted to see. You can see the end play. Oh, there it is. Make sure the clip's in there good. Appears to be in there good. Okay, we got plenty of end play. Tight's bad, end play doesn't mean nothing. I don't care how much it has as long as it's got something. It has some. Damn thing's full of oil. Okay, now we can check our pinion bearing officially. Do this side right here. All the way down, come up slightly. Check your clearance. Not much in there, it's pretty tight. It has some in there, but it's not real low. It's not real tight. Good enough. Street job. Not a race mode. Okay, now we can take this out. Flip it around. These are a lot lighter than big twinners. Manageable weight. Probably didn't want to sit down inside a jig for whatever reason, but where the holes don't line up. Just doesn't want to go over that pin. Some kind of burr on there or something, I'm not sure. Nope. Not quite the right height. Okay. A lot better. Still a little bit higher on that side, but ain't leaning so much now. Okay, so we're going to check our Timken here. Now I'm not sure if I need to do the crank right now or not, because I might take this all back apart again. But I do need to check the end play at some point on this bearing, so now is as good as time as any, I guess. Okay. So here's a new bearing. They're full of grease and crap from being new, so I got to clean that up a little bit. Be right back on that. Okay, blow them off. Good fumes inside the building here. Fucking 12:45, but it's still 78 in here. And it's hotter outside. Humidity's a lot higher out there too. Oh well. Okay, this is our Sportster install tool. Take our bearing, put oil in it. You get the big part, thin part over here, put it in the big side. Just run it right on down in there like that. Showing the camera, so I missed. So it sits in there like that. You just take it and rotate it a little bit. And the oil works its way down and lubricates the whole thing. Stick it in there. And I got my finger lubricated too for free. Oh well. Okay, get our spacer. Don't forget to put it in there. Let's give it a quick measurement, see what it is. 211.5. Don't forget the number, we might need it later. Okay, that goes there. Go and screw that down. Take the pin off. Okay, working on down. Okay, so spacer's still in there. You have to have that spacer between your two Timken bearings or you don't have any inplay. You burn things up real quick. Okay, so now we take a little bit of lube. We lubricate the case Timken over here. This might be the last time it goes together, or it might not be, I don't know. If everything fits out perfect and I'll take it apart again, I'll be happy. But I might have to take it apart again, who knows. We haven't mocked up all the rest of the motor yet, so still a lot of stuff needs to be fitted. Okay, that's lubed. Make sure you get one rod per hole. So spread them apart a little bit so they fit on there. See, fit in between the two. Rotate it out of the way. Bearing, same deal, lubricate it. It's hard to check the clearance when you lube it, but if I don't have to come back into here again, I won't be. It needs to be lubricated at some point. So we'll just lube it now. Same deal. Get the lube in there. Your rods are where they belong. Bearing's tight. Leave the torque on it. Got a lot of clearance in it. It gets tighter as you go. I'm pushing it this way to keep it from rattling on the table. That's the clearance. We can take out a thou out of that pretty easy. It's good for hot rod motor, but the other side's not real loose, so I make this side loose. Okay, so we got to take this apart and try to find a thinner spacer to go in there, if we have one. If not, I grind it off a little bit and hope I don't go too much. We need a different one. So we'll be back into this side again later. For now it's lubed up. Goes in there like that. Get this out of our way for now. Out in there where it belongs. The bearing to go in. Biting me. There it goes. Okay. Sure it rotates. It does. This is mock-up, we're not done. This is all come back apart again. It's just for now we're going to go, we got to get it all put together so we can do all this cam cover work. So, get our bolts in here where they belong. This is another good full mock-up on our hardware, make sure everything fits correctly. Short one. Three bolts are the same. One's longer than the other, so that's not the right one. There. The race nuts go over here. Center the mount up, so we got the flat parts up here down. This has light tension on this one, so it's all pull where it belongs. Then you come by and torque everything. Should have pulled some of these other bolts in first, but yeah, it's not permanent right now. Okay, that one goes over here. This one goes over here. Center bolt first. Drop it. All torqued. How nice this spanner works. Torque it. Okay. I can torque these. Okay, so everything's in there tight. We locked up our crank. Okay, that's not very good. I didn't check that before I did all the torquing. Now the crank might be not true anymore. Probably not. So, we have a locked up crank. Why did it lock up? And what caused it to lock up is the big question. Something ran out of clearance, obviously. Alright, so that was very unexpected. That's why I wasn't really checking anything. Can't remember the last time I had that happen before, but it's been a while.